What's up, people of the internet? Welcome back to a brand new video and happy May the 4th. And in honor of this holiday, I will be posing Darth Vader. But before we get into that, I'll show you a little upgrade I did to make him even better. So as you know, if you watch my review, he is a great figure and one of the best vintage collections in my opinion, vintage collection figures. And I decided to improve him, and it's by adding wire to his cape. So I didn't actually sew it in exactly. I took a piece of wire, uh like I went with it through the cape, then I used the wire and wrapped it around Vader's neck and continued on the other side where I did the exact same thing. And now the cape has some posability, which is really nice and really useful. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the times it's good. So now that we are beginning, let's start with this here Battlefront 2 pose. The game is pretty good and the poses in it are great. So let's begin. For posing action figures, you have to make sure that you use most of the figure's articulation so it looks proper in the end. In the beginning, it might not look the greatest, but by the end of it, you might have one of the best ways to display your figure ever. Now, after I'm done with the torso, I am giving it some finishing touches to bring it some life. And here I present to you Star Wars Battlefront Darth Vader pose, which is, I think, from like an emote, give yourself to the dark side. Okay, for this next pose, I'll be recreating this pose here from the promo images for Sideshow Collectibles, I think. 1/6 Darth Vader action figure. So, this was a pretty simple pose too. I decided to recreate it a bit before I recorded this because I started going in the wrong direction accidentally, but it still looks pretty good. Next is this pose, which I don't know where it is from. It's a pretty imposing and, in my opinion, great pose, which looks pretty simple, but once you have a wired cape like this one, it's pretty hard to achieve since you have to pose it properly. This is like my second attempt actually, since I misdid the cape. And since he's looking up, since it's from a down angle, like you're looking below him, I am using his up crunch to make it even better. Next on the list of poses to recreate is this one here. This is a pretty popular image of the Sith Lord, and you've probably seen it before on like a magazine or maybe some Star Wars like blog or something. I don't know. I just know I've seen it. Now for the next few poses I went to Reddit, and here is the first one. It is made by the figure enjoyer, and I think is a pretty good pose. Now, for this one, I was wondering in the beginning why it wasn't working, but then I realized that I had to like move a little bit the parts, which is really important when you pose action figures. Is you have to capture the character of the character you're posing. Like let's say Darth Vader here, I made sure to like puff out his chest a bit with the joint that they gave us, Hasbro, and it really added to the pose. These next three poses are made by the old dude 69 who posted a bunch of Vader poses which looked really cool. Here are some of them. For this final pose, I decided to recreate one of the most iconic Darth Vader poses that I am now 100% sure if you're any kind of Star Wars fan you have seen. This is the Darth Vader jigsaw puzzle pose, and as you can see, I didn't perfectly do it because it's pretty hard to move the arms that way, but besides that, it's a pretty cool pose. This Darth Vader figure is, again, as I said, great and will greatly improve your collection if you buy it. It's a really fun figure, has really good articulation, and if you're any kind of Star Wars fan, you will love it. Happy May the 4th and see ya, people!